Looking at two tables that cracked, and Bob has some reasoning why. Go ahead.
What we found is that on these there's a lot of knots, or they could be crotch knots as well. Okay, like there's one there, a couple down the side there, 3 more down the side here. The main important ones are the ones in the middle, these two, because as the wood shrinks, it doesn't shrink near the knot. So the ends are going to shrink. This is not, and it's got no choice except it acts like a fulcrum right here, and it's going to split open on the ends. So if you do have knots or crotches that you can't avoid, at least put them on the outside edges like here or here, and they won't affect it so much. In the middle, it's going to have to it's going to have to split for sure. The other thing, of course, is the moisture content, is to keep it down as low as you can. On these, we found that we had towards the center of this table, it was around 16%. On the ends, it was 7%.
And why was it 17? Because of the knots hold the...
They hold it more because any knot will show a higher reading, of course, because it's more dense there. But also will hold the moisture a lot longer than the ends will. It was the same story with that.
Yeah, you can
that
see
one wasn't as bad. Well, number one, it was smaller.
Right.
It's particularly important on these when you have big long boards. The other thing is this one here, when we had the apron off, was warped by over an inch between the apron and the top. If I loosen this top off right now, this will come up about an inch. So when you're putting these boards in, try and reverse your end grain. So this one here cups this way, the next one cups the other way, next one cups the other way. So narrow boards, and keep swapping your cups.
So sorry, why was that up? That was up because...
Because all these cups are going the same way.
Oh, okay.
They're all...
Right. So the grain was going the same way. Yeah.
You need the end grain, you know, like here.
Right. There was another issue with this table because the moisture content was high. Okay, go ahead.
They had nice expansion joints everywhere on the table. But you know how you have your expansion joint here and the same one over there. As it shrank, this expansion joint, the screw had moved in and in and in until it couldn't go any further. This one had moved in and in and in until it couldn't move any further. Now effectively these two were pinned. Couldn't go any further. So again, something will have to crack with that when that happens. So when you're putting your screws in here, in this one, we know the tables are all going to shrink. Instead of putting them right dead center, put them towards the outside edge. So as that comes back in, the 1/4 inch that it's going to shrink, you still have another 1/4 inch to go.
Okay, that's great.
The other thing that confirmed to me that the problem was the knots on this one was that I had a heavy 1-inch bar clamp across here, and no matter how tight I had it, I could not close this crack. So that again confirmed to me that it was the knot and it wasn't just a shrinkage problem. One other thing that we found was the expansion joint screws. Some of them around the middle here, they were right on a glue joint where the two boards join. So you never want to have a screw on a glue joint because it's going to want to force that apart. So just move it to one or the other side of that glue joint.